Welcome to Veteran Perspectives, and today something a little different. We're going to look at how I use Pinterest to grow our Etsy store. So let's get started. All right. Today's sponsor is our Etsy store and our Pinterest. So it's just going to be what we talk about today. So I will link everything down in the description. This is going to be similar to the podcast that I did for the voiceover work a couple weeks ago, where we talk about kind of what I'm doing to keep myself busy, right? Now that I am at home, I've been home for over a year and stuff like this helps us grow our business, but it also helps me be creative. It helps me grow our business, or at least potentially grow our business. Still working on it, right? People that I know you guys out there, whether you're a veteran or not, and you're out there trying to grow your business, you've probably seen the gurus. Oh, $10,000 a week. No, that's not how it works. It's simply not how it works. But there are ways that you can grow, right? There are ways that you can push your business forward. And I have found that I really like Pinterest and that I enjoy Pinterest a lot. It's something that I have found that I'm good at and that I enjoy. So let me switch on over to my screen share here. And here's our Etsy store, right? This is what it looks like when a customer, I see it from the business end. This is when a customer sees it. We have our different categories here, on sale, and patriotic, Valentine's, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that stuff. Okay. Yes, we have free shipping on every item in the store right now. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Every item in the store has free shipping regardless of price. We may or may not run a sale. So you want to join our mailing list, right? Because the mailing list will let you know if we are running a sale. But right now it's free shipping for everything. Store, competitive pricing. We do have, as you see here on the left-hand side, have things that are personalized. But this is what our Etsy store looks like. Pretty clean. It's not the greatest, but it's pretty clean looking. And then we have our Pinterest. This is our Pinterest. Okay. Different categories. Okay, like I have different categories in our Pinterest, right? And I'm just gonna go to let's go to patriotic apparel and clothing. Now, some of them I just have the item. Right, I've just gone in and I've just added the item itself, like I did some yesterday, and then some of them I have pins that I've created. Right, let's go to this one. That's a pin that I've created. Okay, bold, nice looking, shows the product. Right? It's nice looking. If you go to this pin or if someone comes across this pin and they click on it, it's going to take them to the product. Okay? So, which is pretty darn cool. So, when you're creating your pins, first off, make sure that when you link them, that it takes them directly to your product or to your store. If you're making pins that are just for your store, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But make sure that it actually links out to your store. Because you want people to get to where you want them to go. Okay? Because Pinterest, you have to treat Pinterest. Pinterest is not a regular social media site. Pinterest is a search engine, but it's also a shopping app, right? Or a shopping website. People on Pinterest are looking to buy. Okay, they are looking to purchase, and that's good. That's good for you. People go on Pinterest and they search for things and they're looking to buy. Let's go here. We do have, and I will link. I have a course. It's like a side course. It's like a PDF crash course starter guide thing that shows you how to make your Etsy store and how to create your Pinterest. Okay. One is $9. I think the other one is $12. I will link those. Okay. We'll call those our other sponsors. So I have this one right here counts as like a little video pin because right? So Side Hustle Made Simple, look at Etsy POD steps that actually work. Okay. No sound, just moves, start for only $9. And then if they visit the site, it pulls up my site right here. Okay. Where you can actually purchase my guide for only $9. And I will make sure to link that for you guys. Well, if you want to start your own Etsy store. Okay. So this is starting your own Etsy shop. Okay. I have another guide for how to do your own Pinterest as well. So we got all kinds of stuff going on here. I don't know how this pin got in here. It just happens sometimes. But Pinterest is such a great way to showcase your products and to showcase your creativity. Okay, I have a private board where just ideas, as you see, it's locked. No one else can see that but you. In this case, me. Just so I lock boards. Like I have my Valentine's Day board locked because we're kind of far off. And if you go to, I'm just going to Google it just to show you guys. If you Google Pinterest trends, okay, I'm just going to click on Pinterest trends. You could search for trending keywords or scroll down and discover Pinterest trends. Okay. Let me slide my camera out of the way here. So right here are weekly changes, monthly changes, and yearly changes. Okay. So just this week, back to school outfits is plus 10%. Monthly changes plus 300%. People are starting to go back to school. So first day of school outfit, back to school outfit, back to school nails, right? Fall outfits, home garden ideas is down for the month, but up for the week. The yearly change on that is literally plus 10,000%. Home gardening is like right now. Back to school hairstyles, okay? Cooking recipes, things like that. But say if you're looking for something like I have an e-com blog and an e-com Pinterest as well. Okay. So say if I want to look up investing. So that I can click on that and it gives me the trend. Okay, it was popping off pretty big. In January, it kind of tailed off, get up and down, and then it gives you a prediction for the next 2 months. Okay, or the next 2.5 months. You could actually type in, and then it gives you similar stuff, savings challenges, budget planner, paycheck, which can go into investing, what percentage of your paycheck. And let's say you write a blog like I do, right? I could write a blog, what percentage of my paycheck should I put into investing? Right? Do I have enough of my paycheck to put into investing? Why should I put a percentage of my paycheck into investing? How do I budget for investing? Right? So these are things that you could use to make decisions on Pinterest. Okay? And if you look down here, okay, Pinterest as a whole is mostly female. And that's just what the data tells us. Okay. Um, More and more males are filtering into Pinterest because it's becoming popular, right? But as of right now, females like Pinterest, right? They're on it more than anyone else. Okay. So keep that in mind when you're creating things like I do, right? When I'm making stuff like this, like when I go to my personalized coffee mugs, right? Or my tote bags, right? When I'm making stuff like this. Right? And now it doesn't mean that I don't make stuff for the male demographic because I certainly do, right? This appeals to both, right? Dudes like cats too. I have a cat, right? But when you're making things for Pinterest, keep in mind the female demographic because they dominate this space, right? They are here more than anyone else. Okay. But Pinterest is a super powerful tool. It's something that you could get very, very creative on. It's something that, as someone who is a disabled veteran, right, who's at home, right? I suppose you guys could see my OBS. Right? That's what I record on is OBS. That's funny. For those of you listening to the podcast, you obviously can't see that, but for those of you watching on YouTube, you guys can see everything. That's funny. I just redid my OBS. That's funny. When I left teaching, when I left what I knew, I was lost. And I still am, in a way, trying to figure everything out. We're in the middle of challenging the VA higher level review in terms of my disability claim. We're doing long-term disability for work, Social Security disability. Like, it's all new to me, right? It's not stuff that I've ever done before. And trying to make sure we take care of my family. My wife is working. I'm not. That's new for us. I'm trying to take care of myself, doing all my appointments with the VA, stuff like that. But I can't do nothing. That's not, first off, it's not in my nature. I would go crazy. But also, I have to have some sort of creative outlet, and Pinterest has sort of become my secret weapon, right? And it's a way, it's digital marketing, right? For both our Etsy store, my ecom blog, which I use for affiliate marketing, right? And I kind of got to thinking about schools and education, because as you guys know, I'm going to challenge schools and challenge education. Why aren't schools teaching kids how to do stuff like this? Sure, some teachers might do it. Say, hey, we're going to make a Pinterest pin. You're going to showcase this person or this event, right? But why aren't we having digital marketing classes as like an elective? Instead of, but instead, let's prioritize standardized tests, right? It's just wild to me, right? Like, I go out and figure this stuff out and I see it and I'm like, man, I want my kids to experience this. And I want the schools to have the tools, yes, that rhymed, to be able to do this. Right? Not just for financial stability, because that's great and well and good, and I want that too, right? But so that students, kids, have a way to adapt, have a way to build resilience. Like, hey, I can do that, right? If they have to pivot and change, hey, I remember doing that in school. This is something that I can. We talk about this entrepreneurial spirit all the time in the United States, right? Like, oh, we're the land of entrepreneurs. But education doesn't prepare the entrepreneur for a lot of stuff, right? Schools teach kids how to pass tests, not to build businesses. And I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, but colleges have business schools. High schools don't. Why don't high schools have courses on digital marketing, search engine optimization, SEO, basic graphic design? They're barely touched. Or those are the things that are taken away to prioritize testing. So when students need something to fall back on later on in life, they don't have the skills to do it. They know how to fill in bubbles. "2023 Etsy report found that 80% of shop owners rely on social media for traffic. Okay. Yet most lack formal training in platforms like Pinterest. Why I made my guide. Okay. I learned this the hard way. My first Pinterest account was banned. Back in 2022, I tried to do this before for something different, right? Because I misused affiliate links. I just linked the affiliate link. I didn't have a landing page. I didn't even know what a landing page was. And they banned my account. So it's frustrating that schools don't teach kids skills like this to help them for later on in life. Now, I'm not saying they should teach them to link certain links, but how to use the tools, how to be digitally literate in the social media space for business, right? And yes, how to be safe and digitally literate personally, because that's important too, right? How to take care of themselves that way, right? Because that's important too, but business wise. So here's a little bit about my strategy for Pinterest in terms of our Etsy. I use Canva to create my pins. Now, I have Canva Pro, which you do have to pay for. So I have access to just about everything on Canva. There is a free version on Canva where you could use a lot and do most of what I do on Canva for free. Okay, so just so you know, having the free version of Canva will not limit you a lot. Okay, but there will be some limitations, just so you know. Okay. For example, my digital products that I make for our Etsy store, I make most of them on Canva. Some I make on Adobe, but I make most of them on Canva. Okay. But the Pinterest pins I make on Canva, I would recommend you start with the free version of Canva, by the way. Spend an hour, 3 to 5 pins per product that you have. Use your military precision if you're a veteran. Keep designs clean and professional. Avoid clutter. For schools, and yes, I have school tips here too. Teach students to use Canva in business or tech classes. Basic graphic design skills are essential for digital marketing. Hands-on projects like designing mock ads. Prepare kids for platforms like Pinterest or Instagram. Because with the sizes you use, you can post your pins on Instagram. Pro tip, test different pin designs to see what drives clicks, what works, what doesn't. I noticed our worksheet pins with bright, kid-friendly colors tend to get more saves than muted tones. So then you use those colors more on future pins. Optimize pins for search, SEO, search engine optimization. Pinterest is not just a social platform, like I said. It's a search engine. People search for things. Usually they search for things to buy. So you want to have keyword research, right? I showed you guys Pinterest trends, okay? Popular search terms, veteran gifts, PTSD awareness shirts, K-2 math worksheets. You could also check Etsy's search bar. If you type into Etsy's search bar, like say, for example, patriotic, what is the first word that shows up after patriotic? It's going to show you a list. Those are your keywords. Okay. Pin titles and descriptions. 3 to 5 relevant keywords in each pin title and description. Board optimization. Themed boards, veteran pride, teacher resources, patriotism, things like that. Learn from mistakes. After my account ban, I rebuilt my Pinterest presence. Organic traffic, not just straight up affiliate links. I started making landing pages, linking to my blogs, stuff like that. For my veterans, right? You can make veteran-centric GIFs, right? And name your boards after them. That's huge. Schools, introduce basic SEO in high school business or tech classes. Huge. You can even refresh old pins by updating descriptions with new keywords every few months to keep them relevant. Schedule pins for consistency. Pinterest is a platform that you want to be as consistent as possible on. Now, some of the gurus will be like, you need to post 10 pins a day. No, you don't. No, you don't. Right now on my Etsy one, I post about 5 a day. Sometimes 3. I'll call it 3 to 5 a day, and I get about 4,200 views a month. Not bad, not crazy, okay? I'm not telling you that I'm perfect, okay? But I'm driving some sort of traffic, okay? Pinterest has a built-in scheduler. I use that. Create a business account. It's free on Pinterest, okay? Start out with 2 to 3 pins a day. Batch create your pins. Do this on Canva. They have a bulk creator. You do have to have Canva Pro to bulk create. You can upload product photos. You can tweak your templates. It saves time. On bad days, when I'm having a bad PTSD day or I have my migraines, which I have been dealing with lately, you can rely on pre-scheduled pins to keep our shop active, right? Boosting monthly views, 10,000 to over 50,000 in 6 months. Total. There are free trials for things out there like Tailwind, which is pretty good. But Pinterest Scheduler, I just use that. You have to do it one at a time, but it's not bad and it's free. For schools, teaching time management and batching in business classes, have students create a week's worth of mock social media posts to learn how planning drives consistency. It's a skill that I personally honed in the military, but never saw classroom. Teaching time management, not just due dates, but planning ahead. Engage with the Pinterest community. This is something I'm still working on, okay? Repinning and sharing group boards, right? Joining group boards. Commenting and messaging. Okay. Veterans, leveraging your teamwork skills to network on Pinterest. Spend 15 minutes a day repinning or commenting to grow your reach. Schools, teach digital collaboration in media or business classes. Assign project where students engage with online communities safely to practice networking, a skill that I wish I learned before entrepreneurship. It is huge, right? We think that just because we're an entrepreneur from home that we're alone. We're not. We're on the internet. Everyone else. Okay? It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I've met some pretty cool people. Create your own group board and invite other Etsy sellers or niche creators to join. It's a great way to cross-promote and grow traffic. I have not done that yet. That's something I'm working on. So why all this matters? Why does this matter? Why did I write a whole blog on this? Why am I doing a whole podcast on this? A half-hour podcast. Pinterest isn't just about driving sales. That's the ultimate goal, I would say. Like, we definitely want to drive sales, right? But it's about building a future, right? It's about building and creating content that's what they call an evergreen. Once you post a pin, unless you delete it, it's there forever, right? People can find that pin at any time. They can click on it at any time and go, hey, I just found this t-shirt. I'm going to click on this. Oh, wow. That looks cool. I'm going to buy that. Right? We face daily challenges like any other family. Right? My PTSD, her teaching schedule. She's actually a library tech now, so she runs the library at the school. Chaos of raising kids, right? But our resilience keeps us pushing forward. Every pin that drives a sale or a shop view, it shows our kids what perseverance looks like, and that's a big deal. Beyond our family, I'm passionate, as you guys know, about closing skill gaps. Schools need to teach digital marketing, SEO, and design to prepare kids for modern careers. It simply needs to happen, and I think it should start as early as grade school. Veterans, with our adaptability and grit, can lead the way in entrepreneurship. Right? There's a lot of veteran entrepreneurs, and it needs to continue. But we shouldn't have to learn through trial and error. Right? By sharing my Pinterest strategy and my Pinterest guide that I will link, right? I hope to help other veterans and entrepreneurs grow their businesses smarter and faster. Okay? We have some downloadable guides, like I said, that I will link for optimizing your Pinterest strategy and for opening your own Etsy shop. Okay? For print on demand. So, to conclude here, because I don't want this to go too long. Are you already a veteran, Etsy seller, or using Pinterest to grow your business? Share some of your tips down in the comments. Remember, we're a growing community. I want you guys to share your tips. Okay? If you're not, is it something that you're interested in? Something that you want to grow? Is it something that you want to get into? And why do you want to get into it? Okay? I will link the Etsy shop as well. Pick yourselves up a gift for yourself or for a loved one, a friend, or a family member. I really liked this one, man. I really enjoyed writing this blog. I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm glad it came out. It seemed to do well in terms of its reach. We're starting to grow our blog, especially over on Beehive. I think. But I will definitely make sure to link the blog. This one came out on Monday, on August 4th. But I'm super excited to continue growing with you guys and being a part of in all of this. I enjoyed doing the Monday's blog is going to be really, really cool. It's going to be about creativity as a lifeline. That's the title of it. Creativity is a life. That's the title right now. And then the week after that, we will get back into education. I promise you that. Okay, some of you have been asking, but we will get back into it. Okay? You guys take it easy. I love you guys. Thank you guys for all the support, love. You guys have a good rest of your week. Make sure you guys comment, like, follow, share. Buy something from the Etsy store. It helps Carrie and I out tremendously. You guys take it easy. Have a good one.